There's a moment in your life when you look at yourself and you know you are not who you were meant to become. You are older, but still stuck in the same cycle. The same distractions, the same procrastination, the same weak routines, the same Quran inconsistencies, the same Arabic you still haven't started, the same dreams you keep delaying. And deep down, you know this is not the real you. The real you is buried under your habits, your phone, your comfort, and your excuses. Here's the truth. You will never become that version until this version of you right now disappears. Disappear from the noise, disappear from the addiction, disappear from the lifestyle that keeps you weak. If you want to come back unrecognizable, disciplined, focused, confident, spiritually grounded, you need life rules. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 rules that rebuilt my entire life. These 4 rules can break the self that you are right now, rebuild you, and turn you into the person you were meant to be. But before we get into the rules, I want to remind you that on December 27th, we are going live for the live reset, where you can win $1,000. You can get a complete 2026 goal planning assets. You can join the private WhatsApp group and enjoy different surprises that you don't want to miss. And maybe even call me live during the live event. To see what the live reset is about, go ahead and check the first video in the description. Let's get into it. Rule number 1, fix your relationship with the Quran. Ibn al-Qayyim, he says, ليس شيء أنفع للعبد في معاشه ومعاده من تدبر القرآن وجمع الفكر على معاني آياته in مدارج السالكين. That there is nothing more beneficial for the servant in his life and his hereafter, anything that's related to both of those, than actually reading the Quran and reflecting upon it and collecting all his thoughts to try to understand the meanings of its verses. This is the first rule, because the Quran is the principle and the basis of your transformation. The closer you are to the Quran, the more you benefit. And I will tell you a story about myself when I went last year in 2024. For long years, I hadn't put any time into memorizing, or even sometimes my revision was for long months not happening of the Quran, at that time, about 12 Jews that I had memorized. So I decided to go to Mauritania and to take time off just for the Quran. So I went to Mauritania and it came up to about 3 months, and we called it a Quran sprint. The whole point was to memorize the new Quran. And subhanAllah, it was almost like I forgot the sweetness of memorizing the Quran and having a daily routine with it. So without the Quran, you can discipline your body, your time, your money, but your soul stays empty. And when the soul is empty, every attempt to change yourself collapses. So to disappear and become someone unrecognizable, the version of yourself that you know you should be, you need to have a strong relationship with the Quran. So this could mean 10 minutes a day minimum. This could mean 30 minutes. It just requires presence of you reading or listening with intention, trying to understand, reflecting, not just scrolling instead of being on social media and so on, connecting with the Quran. So the Quran will reset your heart. And when you reset your heart and is connected to Al-Akhirah, you are able to take sensical decisions. And to be honest, nowadays with the app Tartil, which I use on a day-to-day basis, and by the way, I'm not getting paid for this. It's not an ad. It's a genuine, experience. I think that with Tartil right now and the way they are putting, and the way how the app is making my relationship with the Quran easier on a day-to-day basis, I think that you should download it and start using it on a day-to-day basis and set a system for yourself so it can track your mistakes. And even if you have a little bit of Quran memorized, it will help you to keep that Quran and not have to always rely on somebody to read your muraja, for example, or to read the old Quran that you know. And know as well, and it's important to say that the app will never replace a sheikh, and until the end of times, seeking knowledge will be bitalaqi, and it will be taking it from a sheikh, just like Allah Azza wa Jal gave it to Jibril gave it to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave it to Sahaba, and the generations, passed it on until we now know And thanks to this sanad, we now know how to recite the Quran, and we know how the Prophet ﷺ recited the Quran. So to keep it simple, wallahi, thumma wallahi, you will not accomplish anything, or at least you think that you will have accomplished it, but you have something that's leaking in your soul, and your soul is not getting fed, by the way. You are strong, mashallah, fit, this, that. You don't have no relationship with the Quran. And that is not a state that any Muslim should want to be. Rule number 2 is stop multitasking and stop thinking that you can do multiple things and accomplish multiple goals at the same time. You haven't been created like this. And just to give you a small example, try to do this common test with yourself. So first go and recite the alphabet in English, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc., etc. Then count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now try to multitask. So say A1, B2, C3, E4, 5. And you will start seeing that you will start slowing down, because you have to use your brain more, because you're not focusing on just one thing. So when your brain starts multitasking, and this is just a small example. So at a bigger scale, if you are trying to, for example, learn the Arabic language at the level that will allow you to now use it comfortably, and at the same time, intensively memorizing the Quran, and at the same time trying to understand and memorize different masail of fiqh, and at the same time trying to be somebody who helps in the masjid and needs to be always ready for a call, and you trying to do all of these things at the same time, is going to drive you crazy, and you will not achieve the thing except after a long time, or except that you feel burnt out and that you have to start all over again, until you actually realize that, oh wow, I can actually not focus on too many things at the same time. Al-Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, he was asked, Bima yusta'anu ala hifdh al-fiqh? And he said, Bi jam'il ham. They said, how does someone succeed in memorizing fiqh? And he said, by focusing all of your effort on one thing. This rule will destroy one of the biggest society things that people say, which is do everything at once, accomplish everything, multitask, do 10 things at the same time, be a jack of all trades. This is why you never become disciplined, because your attention is broken into pieces. The Imam's advisor, Imam Abu Hanifa, is timeless. Focus your entire worry, effort on one single thing at a time. So instead of trying to learn Arabic, for example, and start to memorize the Quran at the same time, and fix your fitness, and start a business online, and improve your character, and improve your marriage relationship, and raise children, and plan your hijrah, and instead of doing all of this at once, just choose one. Just choose one for 1 year, and put all your mental energy to transform that thing. And that's how transformation happens. So when people ask me how you become disciplined, this is one of the ingredients of it, which is focus. Multitasking is always the enemy of mastery. So to disappear and become that unrecognizable person, you need to focus on one goal. Pick one goal and crush that goal first. Once you have that goal, and the traits that you accomplish by accomplishing that goal, or the traits that you gain by accomplishing that goal, once they are part of you, then you go ahead and try and crush another goal. So for example, if you want to be a hafiz, don't try to become a hafiz while trying to become a faqih, but while trying to become a mufassir, or while trying to be the biggest entrepreneur in the world. But rather, if you want to become a hafiz, focus on that thing until that trait becomes part of you. It might take 1, 2, 3 years. Once it's part of you and you have acquired those traits, the memorization is very difficult that it leaves your brain. If you do even the bare minimum muraja, the bare minimum revision, if you have done it, if you have memorized well from the very beginning. So once you have accomplished that trait, then go and try and accomplish another trait. So this is how you become a hafiz, and you become a successful entrepreneur, and you become a very good husband, because you have spent 1 year mastering this skill, which is how to be a good husband. And likewise on how to be a good father. Everything requires focus to accomplish. Rule number 3, we are going to talk about this 2 must-have objects. Now, rule number 3 is just an extension of rule number 2, which is kill your distractions and start with your phone. Because your phone, as of now, is the biggest thief of life. It steals your Quran time, your attention. It even infiltrates your brain, and it starts making you repeat things that you constantly hear on Instagram.
6, 7.
And
No cap. And
all of these things that infiltrates your brain. Now you just can't help but repeat it throughout the day, almost looking like a crazy person. And as an extension, it steals your motivation, your clarity on the goals you want to accomplish, and the most important, which is your sleep. Your sleep will help you accomplish all of these other things. So before I left Egypt, I remember that, first of all, I didn't have social media, and the social media that there was at that time was Facebook. And I had Facebook, but it wasn't something that it was as distracting as Instagram is to me personally nowadays, and of course to many other people. So imagine if somebody is actually intentional about being disciplined, about, protecting his focus, like myself. Imagine somebody who literally don't care, or his whole life is so all over the place. Imagine how much time it takes from them. And there's actually researches about how much time it takes in the beginning of 2025 and how much time was people spending on social media. There was a global report that they dropped in the beginning of 2025 that says that on average there was 6 hours and 38 minutes of screen time spent over the world. On average, 6 hours and 38 minutes. You know how long it takes you to read one juz of the Quran? There's 30 juz of the Quran. It can take you at max 30 minutes to read one juz. So in 6 hours, you can actually, it's very possible, 6 to 7 to 8 hours, it's very possible to read the whole Quran in one sitting. So imagine how much time you are spending on your phone. 6 hours and 38 minutes, that's 46 hours a week. That's 200 hours a month, 2,300 hours a year. All of these could be put into actually accomplishing your goals without even mentioning how much it takes away from you. Your focus, you become sad because you see all of these people on social media and the fake life and how much they have accomplished and what you haven't accomplished. So now you feel like you're comparing yourself and you feel like you haven't accomplished much. So not only it takes away your time, but it takes away your discipline, your relationship with the Quran, your focus, your ambition. So if you want to disappear and become unrecognizable, you must kill your distraction, starting with your phone. No one becomes disciplined while being enslaved to a screen. So set boundaries. And the boundaries I personally set is with this box right here. So as you can see, when I do like this, it adds a timer. And then what happens is, I'm just going to put it for 1 minute to show you. So when I press 1 minute and I press go, as you can see here, you can hear the sound. So now it's been locked and so I can't open it. And this is what has been helping me to accomplish goals like, for example, revising the Quran, or for example, accomplishing entrepreneurship related goals, increase of revenue and different goals. Whatever goal that I want to accomplish, I always make sure that the phone is not distracting me and that people cannot reach me easily as well. So me personally, I have two phones. And what I do with this phone, with this one, so if I show you with my phone right here, I put it in here, and then right now this one is not entering because of the cover. But what it does is that this phone, you can actually take calls through this hole right here. So you cannot access the phone, but you can respond to calls if you have responsibilities and family to take care of and they need you. You can take the calls. So these ones right here, you can find them on Amazon. If you type phone locker or something like that, you can find them on Amazon. It is going to help you to have deep work times. Any individual needs a environment of non-distractions, where somebody's not talking to you, where there's no sounds, where there's no distractions, no notifications, in order for you to accomplish something. And so me personally, I like to do 4-hour deep work blocks in one day to accomplish something. If I have to fix something for Andalus Institute, or if I have to perhaps record a video for you guys, or if I have to, go to the gym, or if I have whatever it might be, I make sure that my phone is locked in a period of time throughout the day. And that period of time is where I focus on things that require my focus and that are tasks that directly impact a growth in a particular aspect of my life, whether it's knowledge, whether it's personal, whether it's fitness, whether it's work, entrepreneurship, whatever it might be. And rule number 4 is stop caring what people think. Live by principles. You cannot reveal yourself while living for approval. Most people are not kind. They are just scared of conflict, scared of saying no, scared of being in an awkward situation, and scared of disappointing others sometimes, scared of being disliked. They want to be this kind person, so they are scared of being judged or whatever it might be. They just scared, so they become the nice person at the cost of their own life. But the difference between kindness and self-destruction is that kindness is how you say it, but boundaries are what you decide. So if you want to disappear and become unrecognizable, you must live by values, not feelings. So be okay with disappointing people when it's necessary. Protect your time. Be stingy with your time. Protect your routines and protect your iman as well as an extension. Because when you protect your energy and you stop being available to everyone, yes, always saying yes, is when you start accomplishing things. And a man without boundaries is not kind. He's just exhausted. A woman as well without boundaries is not helpful. She is drowning. So to reveal yourself, you must be principled. So it's okay to help people, but not at the cost of your life. You can give to people your time or whatever it might be, but not at the cost of your discipline. So serve people, but not at the cost of your purpose. So this rule will make people feel uncomfortable when you say no and when you have boundaries. And that's good. It's fine. And transformation requires sacrifice. So don't feel because you have boundaries and you tell people no, that you are being bad to them or you are being stingy or you are not being a kind or nice person. On the 27th of December, in the event called the Life Reset, we are going to talk about how to set, write down, and plan your goals for 2026 and how to absolutely crush them. After this event, you will have gained skills that will allow you to stay more consistent, will allow you to beat procrastination, will allow you to beat laziness. If you want to sign up, go ahead and click the first link in the description, and I will see you there, inshallah.